decided to do surrogacy a long time ago. It's been a dream of mine since I was in high school. Mentioned it to my husband multiple times over the years. And now that we feel pretty good and content with the size of the family we have, I decided to pursue it and ask him if he was comfortable with it. And he said, sure, let's give it a go. I had started researching facilities and agencies. I was like, I'm in Hawaii, so I wonder if there's an agency in Hawaii, because something that was really important to me was having intended parents that were close to me so we could have a connected pregnancy. So I just Googled if there was one in Hawaii, and there was one on Oahu. So I was really happy about that. And through the intake process, I was able to ask questions and really get a feel for the values of the agency. And we really clicked and aligned. So I really enjoyed that. I looked into the IVF process. I really wanted to know what that looks like in general, but also the intended parent side and what that looks like for surrogates, medications, timelines, procedures, stuff like that. I wanted to have a better understanding. I also watched YouTube videos of other surrogates to see kind of what their journey looked like and if it was something I would be interested in. And then also looking into various agencies, seeing what their processes look like, their timelines, and kind of the interactions that I've had with all of them. It's been a desire of mine to be a surrogate since I was in high school, so he's known about this for a long time. We've been together almost 10 years. So when we were finally done having our own kids, I mentioned it again, and he was kind of hesitant at first, but was open to the idea of asking questions and just applying, seeing what the process looks like. So I mentioned it and I said, I had really smooth pregnancies and deliveries, and I don't feel done having babies yet, but I don't want any more of my own. And he agreed, so he was okay with us looking into it. When I brought it up to friends and family, they've known about this desire for a long time, years and years. So when I told them I was finally deciding to pursue it, majority were very excited and excited for me, for the process, excited for our family, and excited for the intended parents and what that looks like. I did have some people who asked me questions, just unsure of the process and what it looks like, if it was my own child, if I was selling my child. So it was a really good opportunity to just educate and just inform them of, like, this is not what that is. It's not a child that I'm adopting out or I'm selling anyone. It's not even my biological child. So it was a really good opportunity to just grow closer and educate on the whole process. My kids, I've got two boys, a 3-year-old and an almost 2-year-old. So kind of young, but my 3-year-old can comprehend mommy being pregnant. So I've started just talking to him about the process of, okay, mommy's going to have another baby and it's going to be someone else's baby. They're going to put a baby inside my tummy, and my tummy's going to grow bigger and bigger and bigger. And then I'm going to have the baby and we're going to give it to their parents. So I just kind of explain it to him in a really exciting way that we're going to be able to give this baby to their parents afterwards. He seems indifferent to the idea. Every time I explain it, he listens really well. So I think he'll be able to understand it okay once we actually do have the baby. But he just is young and a boy and doesn't seem to care too much. I get asked a lot when I'm telling people that I'm going to be a surrogate. Well, does that involve your egg? Are you the mother? Are you selling anything? Are you selling the baby? Anything like this. And I just explained to them, the embryo is already created, whether that's from a donor egg, donor sperm, or the intended parent's DNA. But it has nothing to do with me or my husband. So it's just an education opportunity to show them that it's just a womb. That's all I am to them. And that's the relationship that I'll have with the baby, is just the carrier. A question I get asked a lot is, how am I going to be able to give up the baby after I give birth? It's a question that even my husband has asked. It's a very emotional process, and I'm aware of that. And I'm excited to grow an emotional connection to the baby and the family, because I think that's so important in the love aspect of what's happening. But it has never been my baby. And I know that. And I'm so grateful to be a part of the journey for them. So I know from the beginning that it's not my baby to give up. I am just handing over. It's like the beginning of the whole process when I give birth and I'm able to hand the baby to his parents or her parents. It's a wonderful opportunity. So I know that I'm not giving up anything. It's just the beginning of a really awesome life with their parents. When considering surrogacy, it was really important for my husband and I to be on the same page as to what we were looking for and who we wanted to start this journey with. It was really important for us that we found a male female married couple and then also had the same values when it came to termination. It was really important to us that we all entered this journey on the same page, and we were willing to wait until we found that perfect match. Something else we really considered and wanted was someone close. We really wanted someone on island that we could have a really close pregnancy with, someone that they could interact with me while I'm pregnant with their baby and come to appointments if possible and if they wanted to. Those were some really important factors to us. The most rewarding part so far was meeting the intended parents. My case manager had said she has a couple that she thinks that we would mesh really well with, so I was really looking forward to meeting with them. And in the conversation, we just chatted about like what brought us to this point, everything they had been through, and I was just overwhelmed with so much hope. I told her then, I was like, I just feel so much hope moving forward. And I'm so excited to be doing this with you. And it was just so full of emotion with complete strangers, but it felt like we had come to this point perfectly to meet each other and to start this journey together. So it was the best conversation. It was short but perfect. It was wonderful, and it filled me with so much gratitude to be on this journey with them. The most surprising has been how fast it's been. We started looking into surrogacy in April and we matched in June. And I know that that's not like that for everyone. So I was kind of expecting a really long process, but it varies for everyone. So it varies for intended parents, it varies for surrogates, it varies for clinics. It's just wild how much variability there is. So I was really surprised that we were able to match so soon. It was the perfect match, which is wonderful, but we were expecting to have to wait a long time before we found the perfect couple who would fit what our needs and we would fit theirs. So it was a happy surprise that we got to start this process so soon. I say just go for it and apply and then ask all your questions. Depends on the agency, but at Hawaii Surrogacy, they have someone who's able to chat with you and answer all of your questions before you feel like you're really far into the process. You're able to apply and see if you even qualify. But then past that, you're able to ask these questions you can't find on the internet, or you want some more personal information on how the process works or anything. So I think it's really helpful if you have just an inkling that you want to do surrogacy, apply and then talk to someone at the agency. They can answer all of your questions and make you feel really comfortable with either pursuing it or maybe it's just not the right thing for you. But it's really helpful to have an actual person who's able to answer all of these questions and take time with you to make you feel more comfortable.